And that's how we end things with the power of attorney. The power of attorney for healthcare now. So, like I said, in Illinois, there are two types of power of attorneys. There's one for property. That's where you give someone the authority to make financial decisions for you if you get to the point where you can't make them for yourself. So, you give someone the ability to pay your bills, pay your mortgage, that type of thing. Then, what we're going to talk about now, though, is the power of attorney for healthcare. Now, power of attorney for healthcare, that's where you give someone else the ability to make healthcare decisions for you if you can't make them for yourself. Oh, let me back up. New people watching. I'm Ben, Illinois attorney, founder of 23 Legal. I provide personal, practical, and professional legal services, primarily to people in the Chicago area looking to either buy or sell a house or with estate planning, wills, trusts, power of attorney documents. Today, I'm here in northern Michigan, enjoying New Year's with my family, and I'm trying something different this year. We're trying, maybe try some unscripted videos, maybe do some videos outside, just try to see what can shake things up, because let's be honest with you, I've been making videos for a couple years now. Who wants to watch some lawyer talk about boring lawyer things? At least maybe if we're outside, shake things up, do a little something different. Maybe a loud truck will drive by every once in a while. Maybe someone will come out with the leaf blower. We'll see what happens. See if anything changes. So, here I am, power of attorney for healthcare in Illinois. Now, power of attorney for healthcare in Illinois, that's the documents written into Illinois law. So, they do that so that basically, if it's ever an emergency, you go to a hospital, you have this document, the nurses, the doctors, everyone recognizes it right away as the official Illinois document. So, what that means is it's nice because there's one official document, everyone recognizes it, but it gets updated from time to time. And you got to make sure that your document, the one that you have, isn't 5 years old or 2 versions ago and no one recognizes it anymore because they're not used to seeing it. So it's always a good idea to make sure that your power of attorney documents have been updated to the latest version. Now, because it is written to Illinois law, you can go online and you can see a form right there and you fill it out. It's easy. Or if you have some thoughts, if you have considerations, if you have worries or concerns about what someone or some doctor or some nurse may or may not do while you're unable to make your own decisions, you can talk to an attorney to go through the process and make sure that your power of attorney document is tailor-made to your needs. So the power of attorney for healthcare gives a power of attorney agent, that's the person who's allowed to make decisions for you, the ability to make those decisions if it gets to a point where there's a medical emergency and you can't make them for yourself. So within the document, first off, you name that power of attorney agent. And that's a good idea to come up with one backup, maybe even 2 backups, just in case something happens to that first one. Then you tell the power of attorney and you tell the world, if it gets to a point where a court must appoint a legal guardian for you for healthcare decisions, you want that power of attorney agent to be your legal guardian. Now, the next step with the power of attorney form to fill it out is that you tell the world when you want the power of attorney document to go into effect. You have 3 choices. Number 1, you can say that you want the power of attorney to go into effect immediately. Well, most people, this is not the selection for most people, but some people prefer this method because you don't have to wait for an emergency before the power of attorney goes into effect. If a medical decision is needed right away, that agent can just make a medical decision for you. Number 2, you can tell the world that you want the power of attorney to go into effect if it gets to a point where a medical professional determines that you lack the ability to make your own decisions. Sounds pretty simple enough. There's a third option, and it's kind of in the middle between the two. Now, it starts out the exact same as the last one. You give your power of attorney agent the authority to make decisions for yourself if it gets to a point where a medical professional deems that there's an emergency and it's needed. But starting from the moment you sign the power of attorney document going forward, you give your power of attorney agent the authority to discuss medical condition with doctors and nurses and other healthcare professionals. So that's the big question that you fill out with that power of attorney document. The next one, there's another important decision you make. You have two options, and it's basically your DNR, do not resuscitate, or yes, please resuscitate me. It's a shame that it gets boiled down to two choices, but within Illinois, you have two options. Either you tell your medical professionals that if it gets to a point where a physician determines that they cannot resuscitate to you, that quality of life is more important than quantity of life, and you acknowledge that you would like to be taken off life support and die peacefully if need be. Other option two, is that length of life is more important, and that you wish to be kept on life support no matter how long it takes. You want to be left on life support. So very important decision to make, and you have an option to make it within a power of attorney for healthcare. Then the power of attorney goes on, and you get to modify it as need be if there are any procedures or any certain specific types of drugs or any religious considerations, requirements that you want to make sure that your power of attorney agent and your physician and your nurses are aware of. You have a chance to add that to the power of attorney document. Finally, it gets to the point where we can sign that sucker. And here's the thing. There's never, ever a moment too early to sign that document. If you sign the document and you wait, I made a horrible error, I need to back it up. You can always create a new power of attorney for healthcare, and it automatically invalidates that first one. But the last thing you want to do, you definitely don't want to sit on it. If you have that power of attorney document completed, if you filled it out online or you've worked with an attorney and it's done, get that thing signed, because if it ever gets to a point where there's a medical emergency and you can't sign it then, it's way too late. If you're in the hospital and you never signed the power of attorney document, you missed your chance. It's too late. It's over. No one is there to automatically step in and make healthcare decisions for you. So once you filled out that document, make sure you get it signed ASAP. Here's the thing. You sign it, and you don't need a notary for a power of attorney for healthcare in Illinois. No notary is needed. You just need two witnesses. Now, those witnesses, there are a few stipulations who they can be, but it's pretty straightforward. First off, they must be over 18 years old. They cannot be related to you. They cannot be named in the document. They cannot be related to someone named in the document. So basically, you can't have that power of attorney agent's sister witness. That's not allowed. They cannot be your nurse or your doctor or another one of your care physicians or nurses, and they cannot be an administrator or owner of a healthcare facility. Other than that, you just need two witnesses. That's up. You can sign it in Kansas, you can sign it in California, or you can sign it in Berwyn. It doesn't matter where it's signed, just as long as you sign it with two witnesses that do not meet one of those requirements I just mentioned. And that's it. You get that sucker signed, and if there's ever a medical emergency, you have it ready to go. It's a good idea, once you do have it signed, to share a copy with your primary physician, your doctor, or any other healthcare facilities you go to, just in case they need it. They know who to contact if there's an emergency. Hey, are you thinking about that healthcare power of attorney, but you haven't had a chance to sign it yet? Well, think no more. Get it signed. Any questions, leave them below. Subscribe to this channel if you want to hear more about Illinois estate planning and real estate. And don't forget to always contact me if needed. I'm happy to answer any questions. Just put them down below. I'm Ben Weaver, open to taking new clients, and I'll see you in the next video.